Okay, here's what we got to deal with. This is the way this came to me. And we're going to be dealing with this cuckoo clock. And it looks like a 1 day. It's a 25 R on it, which means manufacturing, I think about 8292. Okay. This one has the dancers, has a music box. Haven't seen one like this. The gear on the music box, and a plastic gear, then another set of gears, and the motion works on Cuckoo are up here. So there are 3 chains, and 2 of the chains go right close to each other, running the Cuckoo and the music box. Kind of a strange setup, but we'll start by doing as we always do. We'll undo the Cuckoo. We'll take the bellows out. Strange looking bellows here. The whistle is L-shaped to sit on top of the block that has the music box on it. And we've got the mechanism here. Looks like this is bent to control the music box. And we'll check it out. Remove this, unloosen the bird, and get this out of here. Okay, this screw comes out for this bellows. Hey, Miss Molly. Hey, baby. Now we got to let off the retaining. Huh. A little different. Oh. Okay, can't get that out without taking the music box out, I guess. Yeah, maybe I can. This has been worked on before. This is not proper screw for holding the bellows in. It's around this round head. This should be a flat-headed screw. Well, we'll take it out and we'll replace it with a proper one later. The left bellows is out. Looks like, yeah, the top has been replaced because paper here and a paper here don't match. So, replacement bellow top. Looks like somebody used, hot melt glue on it. Okay, well, that's in good shape. We don't have to worry about that one. This one's going to be hard to get out because I got to see if I can get that music box out of there, which is held in by a couple of screws here. So we'll take, oh boy, this works. Yeah. Not much fun getting that one out. Okay. Okay, we got a water wheel attached to it. For some reason it's not very well attached. Don't know what's going on there. Alrighty. It's pretty awkward. Pretty awkward here. I don't know what hint. This doesn't want to come out without taking that. I can't move the wheel off without moving the music box over, so I'm going to take this movement out first. I hope there's no fourth screw. I don't know how I'm going to get to that screw. Anyway, I'll take the 3 screws out and see if I can lift that movement out first. And there's what was keeping that bellows from coming out. Somebody put a long toothpick in there instead of a proper nail. We'll deal with that later. But anyway, I can get the bellows out. And strange looking thing. Bellows is out, and now we'll see what else we can do here. Okay, finally it's got the water wheel off the end. I don't know how that's supposed to be attached, but it was spinning loosely. Okay, that will allow me now to take the music box out. The music box, this is the drive gear that runs the music box, and then there's a crown wheel to a spur gear, and that spur gear then has a shaft on it, and that attaches to the water wheel. Gotcha. Okay, now I understand how it operates. And now all we have to do is lift this out. Okay. All right. And now we can work on the movement. And we'll clean the case, because the case is pretty dirty. Where that toothpick was sticking through there, that's where the screw hole's supposed to be. It's the same as the screw hole on the other side, just below this opening. That's where the screw, there's even a relief here for the screw head to go past. And this is supposed to be where the nail is in to hold the bellows from rotating. So, okay, we'll get there. Okay, so problem you'd have is, so the water wheel is just on here and it's just slip fit. Water wheel can move back and forth. This could disengage. So what this actually needs is a little collar here with a set screw on it, so that this can't move off of the crown gear. So I'm going to take a piece of brass, I'll put it in a lathe, cut it, make a hole just big enough, make a piece about that long, drill a hole in it, thread it, and put a set screw in it. That way we can hold the spur gear exactly where it should be. Okay, here's our little collet we'll put on there. I found a number 264 screw, and it was a little longer, so I cut it off. But anyway, that piece I turned in the lathe from the rod, drilled a hole slightly bigger than the shaft on the spur gear, and then I drilled a hole here, a number 50 drill, and then I tapped it with a 264 tap, and now we've got a collet. The thing is, my fumbly hand is spur gear on the crown gear. There's spur gear that wants to tend to get out of position. I'm going to put it right here where it needs to be. And then we will take this little collet and we'll put that on here. And we'll tighten that down. Okay, there we are. And now that spur gear will stay within its range of engagement. We can tighten it up a little more if we want. Anyway, that won't allow it to get out of whack. Then we got to do something with that water wheel. to make that stay on here. It was just spinning freely, so we'll have to deal with that too. Okay, now we got that collet on there. That spur gear is not going to fall out of place, so when it's, let's see what this sounds like here. So it doesn't matter what position this is in. The spur gear will stay engaged with the crown gear now. Okay, one problem solved. Well, we got the roof repaired, and it doesn't look too bad. Had to recarve, match colors, glue everything together. So I think it looks pretty good. Okay, now the other thing we have to do is I've put some epoxy putty on those holes that were split apart, and I'm going to re-drill, sand down, clean that up so that the holes are right in that. There's the case now. Got it redone. This had been broken loose. There was a piece under here that was broken loose. This was completely loose. The roof was all broken. I didn't really record any of that stuff. It was extremely time consuming. We got it done. What I did was that on the bottom where that was stapled or what have you, I restored the holes by filling in those spots and where the chains ran. And now we will put the chains on the movement. The movement's been cleaned. There were no worn pivots. The dancers were too loose. They were coming off. So I used some rubber cement to fill up the holes in the bottom, put the dancers on, and now they are tight. They can still be pulled off, but they're tight enough that they're not going to fall off. And the movement has been oiled. We'll get the chains on it now and get the movement back in, get the music box in, and see how this puppy's going to run. Take this back out. Something was keeping it from cuckooing, and I felt back here, and this long, really stiff, and I thought, I've never had one so stiff it wouldn't move. Well, let's take a look. Right here is why it won't move. This bracket for attaching, take a look. Right there. The edge of it is wedged up against the end of that lift. Once I loosen that, everything ought to be alright. Okay, well, getting closer. I've never seen one so screwed up. Here, listen. Okay, we get a strike. Okay, but the bird doesn't retract. And I can see why. Right here. the perch is not fitted properly. I have a feeling this is a replacement movement at some time in the past. I have to take it back out again, make an adjustment there. Okay, it runs. I've had it apart 3 times now. We got to take it apart again because something was not done right with this when it was installed. There we go. Yeah, this had to have been a replacement movement, and whoever installed the bird perch has it so bent crazy it catches all the time. We're gonna have to just redo this again. Back here, we no longer have this interfering with this mounting bracket. Usually was catching in here, and now the bird. Okay, that works good now. Now we're going to let it run overnight, and then we'll try putting the rest of it together. Everything seems to be working right now, and I think I've got that bent straight the way it should be, and everything should run without catching. Okay, it's run and cuckooed now because the weights are both down for 24 hours. Running just a little fast, we'll adjust that, and now we can put the music box in and finish this up. Okay, so we recovered with paper so they at least tops and sides match, and looks a little better. New protection. And we'll put those in. Okay, we're gonna dismantle this one more time, fill in the holes that mount the movement, then recenter everything, make sure that the gear that runs the music box is not too tight, re-drill the mounting holes and remount everything, and then reassemble it, and I think we'll be in good shape. Okay, I'm going to do something with this. This just is too unreliable to stay where it should. So I think what I'll do is a step drill. I'll drill this out, and then I'll cut a collar, just like I did for this here. And what we'll do is we'll put it in here, and then we'll drill a hole through the side here so that the set screw can sit out here, get in there, set that screw. We'll glue that brass collar in there, and then this will be able to be tightened and unloosened. That should work. Okay, so I'm going to use a step drill, and we're going to go in here to 6 millimeters. That cut now. We have it drilled, fit over that. I'm going to put a hole and tap it and put a thread in it, and then this will go in here. And we'll put a hole here, and we'll reach the thread. We can glue that in place, and then that'll have a nice positive thing to hang on to. Put a screw down through there into that, and we can tighten it right onto the shaft, and then there won't be any slippage. Okay, it's a 256 screw. Then we'll go ahead and we'll get a 256 tap out to drill. It takes a number 50. Number 50 drill. Okay, hole drilled. Now we get the tap. Okay, 256 right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, what I have is got a set screw right there. Okay, and that will keep it from coming off. Okay, all right. It's very hard to see, but there's where we had to get things more accurate, was the tooth mesh, that black plastic gear with the brass gear from the, that's hard to show, but that's where we needed main correction, so this would work right.